What's up guys, Houndish here, and today I wanted to jump in and take a look at all of the hidden exotic weapon catalysts in Destiny 2. So of course right now in game there are a bunch that you can pick up, you've got favourites like the Crimson and the Darcy. Some of them are rarer than others, but on top of this there are a bunch of other exotic catalysts that we'll be getting further down the road, and some of these are going to be pretty strong. So I think it's definitely worth knowing about them. Some of them we'll probably get in a couple of weeks time, others it may take a couple of months for us to get. So in this video let's jump in and take a look at all of the hidden bonuses for exotic weapons in Destiny 2. So first up, if you have any questions about any currently available exotic catalysts, I do have a video with a breakdown of how you get them, all of these steps and everything like that, which I'll link below. But to talk about future catalysts for weapons, first up, let's mention the Black Spindle. Of course, we don't know exactly when we're going to get this weapon, but we know it is indeed a thing. We have the classified catalyst for it right here. So the catalyst version will get a reload speed buff of plus 30 points. On top of this though, it will get the box breathing perk, aiming the weapon without firing for a brief moment, grants bonus range and precision damage while it remains zoomed. So on top of the ability to keep getting rounds back to the magazine on crits, this is going to make the Black Spindle very strong. I think it's pretty exciting that we're now getting DPS snipers back in Destiny, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing stacks up to the Darcy and other weapons like that. The Acreus catalyst is one which currently isn't available. We don't know how it'll be obtained, but we can see the stats hidden in the database. So we've got a reload speed buff of 40 points. I believe where it says weapon size, it is incorrectly displaying some kind of magazine bonus, but it does get the perk Deeper Pockets for increased ammo reserves. So between a pretty healthy reload buff and having more ammo, Acreus is going to be even more of a monster inside of PvE. Next though, we have SUROS Regime. Once again, we can't obtain it just yet, but it's going to improve recoil direction, so plus 50 points right there. And you get SUROS Ascendance, increased chance for kills to regen health. So that'll be an interesting one. If it gives a significantly increased chance to get that health regen, then I think it could be pretty good. We'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping it's not a really small buff. Up next though, Sleeper Simulant is going to be a pretty good catalyst, I think. It's going to improve the charge time by plus 75 with accelerated coils, which speeds up the weapon charge. I'm not sure whether that is going to decrease the impact of the weapon at all. I would assume it isn't because it doesn't say that it's going to. And so if that's the case, being able to fire the weapon quite a bit faster could actually improve its DPS versus other things like Darcy and potentially the Black Spindle. We'll have to see how well they all do once we've got them all upgraded and stuff like that. But I think it's going to be a solid improvement to the Sleeper Simulant. Next though, we have what is probably going to be the next set of exotic catalysts we actually acquire because they come from faction rallies. So the Graviton Lance catalyst will be earned by pledging to the Seekers of Exodus, of course Dead Orbit. We don't know if it's simply for pledging or whether it's a drop while you're pledged or something, but it's a pretty good catalyst considering how good this is in PvP. It's going to give it plus 20 points of range and plus 15 points of aim assist with the hidden hand perk for better target acquisition. So that's really going to be stinking good inside of PvP, especially while Graviton is kind of reigning the Crucible. The Sunshot catalyst though will be found by pledging to the followers of War, so Future War Cult, and this grants plus 30 points of range and plus 20 points of stability, so I think that's a fair kind of stat increase on the weapon. Maybe another round in the mag or something like that would have been nice, but it's certainly an improvement nonetheless. We also have Sweet Business. This one is found by pledging to the Defenders of Earth, of course New Monarchy, and this actually gets its own perk, so Serious Business. When the weapon is fully spun up, the flinch from incoming damage is greatly reduced. So if you're using it for damage, you're firing it at the max rate of fire, having that flinch reduced by a significant degree is certainly going to be very beneficial for the weapon. Of course, you only get the bonus in a pretty specific state, but when it's doing its thing, I think it's going to be pretty helpful. Fighting Lion is going to be a pretty interesting one though, so it comes with a reload speed buff of plus 30 points. It also has a new perk called Chimera. After the weapon fires, equipped kinetic and power weapons gain a brief period of increased handling and precision damage. So I think especially right now, using Fighting Lion in PvP, to kind of tag people and then hit them with hand cannons or whatever, for that kind of thing, it's going to be very interesting. It also could have some PvE utilities as well. Plus a reasonable reload speed buff is also welcome considering you just have one in the magazine. Polaris Lance is an interesting one. Of course, we don't have this exotic just yet, but it's only going to be a couple of weeks. The catalyst reads, found by pursuing the secrets of a newly awakened intelligence. And when you unlock this, you will get Dragonfly onto the Polaris Lance, where precision kills create an elemental damage explosion. So paired with the ability to actually return rounds to the magazine with triple tap, and the explosion that you'll get every time you land a 5th precision shot, this could be pretty interesting. We'll have to see if the catalyst is a secret that we discover afterwards, or if it's actually part of the quest. But there are a few more here. The hard light will get a simple catalyst boost of 25 points of stability, so not super exciting right there. Telesto though will be okay, so it's going to get a fair mag size increase. We've got deeper pockets, increased ammo reserves. Once again, for PvE stuff in particular, this is going to be pretty nice for the Telesto. Prospector catalyst is going to be interesting because it actually increases blast radius, so plus 40 points, which is pretty unique. I'll be honest, I haven't really used the Prospector recently. Some folks are really enjoying it, others seem to think it's pretty meh. But it will get deeper pockets as well for increased ammo reserves. With the blast radius increase, this is going to be one to try out at the very least. The Rat King Catalyst though will give the perk Infestation, which improves your aim assist and recoil direction. It will also refresh health on Vermin Invisibility trigger, and we can see plus 20 of both aim assist and recoil direction right there, which I'm assuming is when the perk is activated. So it's a bit of a boost. But we also have the Sturm Catalyst, once again a relatively simple one, 20 bonus points of range and then 40 bonus points of handling. Out of the exotics which saw a buff in the May update, I actually haven't seen Sturm used all that much. Let me know if any of you guys have been rocking it in PvP or PvE. Hopefully though, depending on how you acquire the catalyst, it could actually bring some solid improvements right there with both of those stats. I should probably mention the Worldline Catalyst, which is one I've spoken about recently. Once you've acquired it as a random drop from making sword kills, you will have to use the weapon to hit all of the bosses from the escalation protocol, so it will actually be 5 weeks that it'll take to unlock the upgrade, and the upgrade gives another dimension which reduces the activation time of Tesseract. So guys, those are the catalysts we don't currently have in Destiny 2. Some of them are going to be pretty exciting. Of course, the Faction Rally ones will probably be the next set that we actually get. Seems likely that Faction Rally will drop within the next couple of weeks. You never know though, we do also have an update at the end of May, so maybe Bungie will activate a few more for us outside of the Faction Rally ones. But my guess is that a bunch of them will come in the summer update, and obviously this will kind of help players keep busy for a little bit before September rolls around. There is still speculation about the whole Black Spindle thing and whether it is kind of locked away. I've said before, I personally believe it is. Some people think we might get it in the summer. I think we may possibly find it at some point after the update that we get at the end of May. I mean, at some point, if it becomes declassified in the database, that's the point where we'll know it's actually going to be obtainable. When the DLC dropped, we could see things like Polaris Lance almost immediately, and we haven't actually got that one yet. It's going to take a couple more weeks, but I'll keep you guys posted about that. Another element we're going to be hearing about would be the exotic armor tuning. Not sure if we're getting any form of Masterworks for exotic armor just yet. It certainly would be pretty cool, but I'll keep you guys posted on all of the changes as Bungie start to drop news. For now though, if you've enjoyed this video guys, a like is really appreciated below. It helps me out a ton on the channel. If you're new around here, be sure to hit subscribe to see a lot more Destiny 2 content. Let me know any exotic catalysts that you're looking forward to, or any that you're working on right now. Either way, I appreciate you watching as always guys, and I will catch you very soon.